Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a beautiful pair of earrings. I have named it the Celts because it reminds me of the Celtic culture. I'm going to show you how they look. So this is the first version that I have made. They're so cute. And the dog is barking. And then I thought to myself that what if I make them a little bit more sparkly with the small rhinestones? So I made this version. I just added 2mm rhinestones in settings. You see this in this place. This is the 80 seed beads, and I have replaced it with the rhinestone in setting. And this one is with a little bit more yellow. This one is more greenish. And for today we are going to make this version with even more green. You see the rhinestone is fern green. It's a little bit darker green, and there are two shades of green, this emerald green and this pistachio green. Yeah, I was making them all in green colors simply because I like how they look, even though I associate the Celts with a green color, orange, red, and copper, and something like this color, brownish, etc, etc. Yeah, so today we will be making this version, and I will show you how to make. You see, I have made little changes. I have some little peaks here, but I don't have them here, and I will tell you why did this happen and how did this happen, and we'll tell you if you want to insert rhinestones. We'll tell you how to do that too when I get to this place. Okay, so we will proceed from the bezel that I have already made in my previous tutorial, and we'll leave the link down below. So this is the bezel. This is the back side, and I have exited here in my tutorial, and we'll proceed from here. I will introduce you with the materials. So I'm working with 11 seed beads. These are 11 O's, these are 12 O's, but you can work with 11 O's. I just need this color, and I don't have it in 11 O size. So and we need 8 seed beads. These are this rich green. These beads are check beads, and they are slightly not so uniformed as these beads here that I was using, and that's why this change happened here in this part, because as you can see, these are a little bit thinner than these, so that changed the pattern. But they are both good looking, and this earring is very versatile, and you can use it for bracelets. If you make more of them, then you can connect them in the bracelet, or you can make a necklace with more of them. You can put it like this, and some pendant down there. Even for the ring, but for my taste, it's a little bit more, it's a little bit chunky. It kind of look like a fudge candy, caramel. You see what I'm talking about? All right, so let's proceed with the tutorial, and I am using 0.20 fishing thread. Now let's proceed. Oh my god, I talked too much about seed beads and forgot to tell you that we need 4 pieces of 2mm rondelles and 4 pieces of 4mm rondelles. So I have exited here from this part, and I need to pick 1 11/0, 1 8/0, and 1 11/0 seed bead, and we'll go through this bead right here. See? So we will repeat this step all the way around. And also one tip, this bezel, actually this earring that we are going to make, you see how they are covering a very large part of the rhinestone. So if you have a chipped rhinestone, or the one that is maybe a missing foil on the sides, you can use it. It won't be visible at all. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So we will have to repeat this step all the way around, here, here, and here. All right, so I have placed my beads down here and have exited through this bead. Now I'm gonna climb up through this one. We could have made all this in one step, but I think that this is maybe easier like this. So from this place I'm gonna pick 1 8/0 and we'll go through this bead down, you see, and through this bead. Okay, you see I have made a little circle here. Now I'm gonna go through these 3 beads and through this joint bead right here, so that I can repeat this step again. Okay, so I'm climbing up 1 bead, picking 1 8/0 and going 2 beads down like this, then through these 3 beads and through the joint bead. All right, so we have to put our 1 bead here and here, and then we'll finish our step here. Okay. This already looks so nice. You can make even a stud earring out of this. So yeah, I have added my green bead here, and now I will climb up again and we'll go through this green bead. Now from this green bead I'm gonna pick 1 12 light green bead, and we'll go here through this bead from the bezel part like this. You see? Then I'm picking 1 bead again and I'm going through this green bead. Now so we will connect these beads with this upper part of our bezel. Now I need to tell you that if you are planning to use these rhinestones, they are instead of these beads. So when we were putting these green beads, you can use these 2mm rhinestones in settings, and you will do the same thing. So when you are putting the rhinestone, you are going through the lower part of the rhinestone, and to connect these parts, then you are going through the top part of the rhinestone to connect all this. You can see it right here. You see? So if you want rhinestones, in our previous step, instead of these beads, you were supposed to put rhinestones in the same manner as we were putting these beads, just around the lowest part of the rhinestone. Then when you add all four, exit through the top part of the rhinestone, and then add one bead to connect it with this upper part. Okay, so we have to repeat this step all the way around until we make a full circle. So this is how my work looks now. I have added my last green bead and went through this 80 seed bead. Now I'm gonna go down through these two beads. Okay. Oh, come on. Sometimes you need force. So, okay, and then I'm going through these two beads right here. We are at this bottom green bead. Now, from this green bead, I'm gonna pick 1/11, 1/8 green bead, 1 4mm rondelle, 1/8 bead, and 1 1 1 1 11. So this is the sequence. Okay. And from this green bead, I'm going through the next one. Okay. It's like this. Now I need to repeat this step all the way around. Okay, just repeat this sequence here through this green bead, then here through this green bead, and here again through this green bead. This is how it looks right now. I have exited here through this green bead after I have added this part here. Now we need to connect these corners with the upper part of our earring, and from this green bead I'm gonna go just through these two beads, and I'm gonna pick 3 12-0s and we'll go through this 80 bead, like this. Then I'm picking 3 12-0s again, and I'm going through these two beads right here, like this. Now between these two beads, this one and this one, I'm gonna pick 1/11, 1 2mm rondelle, and 1/11 bead, like this, and I'm going through these 2 beads right here. This is it. Okay, so I have added this decoration here, and now we need to repeat this step again by adding 3 beads here, going through this 8-0, then 3 beads down through this 8-0 and 11-0, and then we are adding this sequence: 1 seed bead, 1 2mm rondelle, and 1 seed bead, and then we are going through these 2 so that we can add this decoration. So we need to do that all the way around. All right, so this is what we have. Now, here's what happened. Now, because I was using these wider beads, you can see that these beads that I have added, they are kind of too pointy. When I was making, working with the thinner beads, I had bigger gap, and this fitted perfectly between these 2 beads. So I didn't have any need to connect this part with this upper part, because it's really strong and not loose. But I don't want my earring to look like this. So if you have this, then your earring is over, it's done. Oh, I have these, what's this? If they sit like this, then the earring is done, and I will tell you how to make a knot. But first I will show you how to connect this part with this lower part with the upper part of the earring. So I have added my last peak here, and I went down through these 1, 2, 3 beads. Okay, now I need to go through these 3 beads and exit through this rondelle. Now from this rondelle, you see, I can easily flap it, fold it up. I'm just gonna go through these 2 beads, this one and this one. Okay, and through this rondelle again. Then I need to go down through all these beads so that I can exit through my next rondelles. That will allow me to repeat this step again. Through all these beads. You see? Then I'm folding it up, going through these 2 beads. This will fit inside. You see? Then through the rondelle and down through all these beads until I get here and here. Okay, so just connect these parts up here, and I will show you how to make your loop for the earring. Okay, so now I'm done with all this, and now it's time to make my loop. First, I'm going to tell you how I have made this loop. So when I added my last bead here, then I went further and have exited here through the next 2mm rondelle. Then I have added 5 beads and made a loop. Then I went through this loop again, and when I exited here at this part, I have added 2 green seed beads, and then I went through all these beads again, made a full circle, and when I have exited here through this 8-0, you see when I added this one, I went through the 8-0, then through the rondelle. when I exited through the through this 8/0, I have added 2 beads, green beads, and then I went through this loom part, but only through these 2 beads. Then I have added 1 green bead, went through this bead and added my last green bead here and went down again, and then I went through all these beads and tied my knots, and that was it. This is how I have made this loop. So now I'm going to show you how I am making this other loop. I have exited here, so when I went through this rondelle, through the 8/0 and through this first 11/0, I'm picking 5 11/0 seed beads, and then I'm going through this 12/0, 11/0 and through this 8/0 like this. Then I'm going up through these 3 green beads, then through these 3 greens like this, and going through these greens. I went only through these light green beads. Then I'm going down through the 8/0 and through this 11/0. Then I'm going up through these 2 beads. This is the back side, and now I'm picking only 1 12/0, going through this first one. Then I'm adding another 12/0 and I'm going down. So this is it. Now I have to go through these beads and tie my knots, and my earring is done. This is how it looks. I'm gonna show you how they look both together when I put my clasp. Alright guys, so this is how they look now. Look how pretty they are. Of course I'm gonna make more shots and pictures during the daylight and outside, and we'll put it on my Instagram like I usually do, so that you can see better how they look. I hope you like this tutorial. These are so cute, and yeah, hope to see you next time guys. Ciao.